So I'm gonna the if you look at this, let me show you this first. I believe you have seen it. So can you see my screens? My screen, please.
Yes, I can.
All right, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So if you look at the screen, you see what is on the screen. This is um the comic post for last Sunday, this Sunday that just passed. This comic post. Okay, so if okay, no, I don't think it's for this Sunday that just passed. It's for a few Sundays ago. So if you look, the characters here are two. You have Abdul and then you have Emeka. So this slide one says Abdul walks in on Emeka in the conference room, and then Abdul speaks. Emekus, my guy, you are looking, my guy, what's up, my guy? You are looking pink. And then Emeka smiling says, you go soon see Emeritus. I'm very well paddy and all of that. So the point is, for each of these slides, we are generating an image. We are generating an image to sort of like depict what the slide is talking about or what that section is talking about. Of course, you can't get or you can't capture everything in an image, but at least, for instance, this one that says Emeka, this slide one says Abdul walks in on Emeka in a conference room. So the environment is they are in a conference room, and then Abdul now speaks. Emekus. Abdul shakes his hands. If you look at it, Abdul shakes his hands with Emeka. So both of them they shake their hands and they are smiling at each other. So if I'm going to be generating an image for this particular slide, I'm going to tell ChatGPT, okay, I'm going to give ChatGPT a description of Emeka and then a description of Abdul. And then I'll tell ChatGPT that the two of them are in a conference room and they are shaking their hands and smiling at each other. And I'll say, generate a comic style image for me. So once you do that, ChatGPT generates an image using what you said. So let me do, okay. Let me do that here. So if you look at what the description of the image I want ChatGPT to give me, Abdul is a 32-year-old Nigerian. He works as an accountant in a big company in Lagos, Nigeria. He has beard but keeps a low haircut, and he's putting an English corporate wear. Abdul walks into a friend called Emeka in a conference hall. Emeka is also putting on a corporate wear. Emeka is lighter in complexion than Abdul. Emeka has no beard and no hair on his head. Abdul and Emeka shake hands with each other, smiling at each other. I want the images generated to be high quality comic style images. So if I click go, let's wait for. So it's just about giving the right prompt, very detailed prompt um to ChatGPT or AI. You give it that prompt and then it gives you what you want. And so you are going to generate an image for each slide. So if there are 5 slides, if there are 6 slides, you generate an image for each of the slide. Okay, something that would sort of like describe what is going on in that slide. Okay, so that's the first part of what this is all about, what you guys have been doing. Now I think as time goes on, Mr. Shagun is going to have to let us know about this more, but as time goes on, you guys will also begin to not only generate the comic images but also convert those comic images to comic documents. Like you will take the write-ups, put it on the images, and then give the expressions, like create a comic book or a comic article or something like that, the full stuff. But to begin with, we're starting with generating comic images. And so this is basically how it's done, which I believe you're already used to. It's just us now trying to. Okay, now just look at this. Now, this probably is not perfect. We may want to get something better, but it's just it gives you an idea of the old stuff. So Abdul is by the left, like I described. He has bed, he has low cut hair. Emeka is lighter in complexion and all of that. So that's basically it. Now, the problem that we have had with most of these platforms is consistency. For instance, if we assume that this image is Emeka's, this image by the left is Abdul's image, and the one by the right is Emeka's image, we want to ensure that for the slides or for the comics that we'll be doing images for in the weeks and months to come, we want to ensure that it is the same image, like it is consistent. So you can't use this particular image for Abdul today, and then next week or 2 weeks later, you are using this one for Abdul. It doesn't make sense. It has to be consistent, because even though we are generating comics for each week, we have it's almost like a seasonal movie. So each week is an episode. And so we have a character book. We have a book where you have all those characters, the description of the characters, what they do, and all of that. So our characters are not changing, meaning that the images that we use for them have to be consistent. We don't want images changing here and there. So if we say that this is what we are going to be using as a maker, or sorry, as Abdul, I mean this left guy as Abdul, we want it to be consistent. So every time you generate an image or a comic image, this should be the image of Abdul. That's basically it. Okay, but I understand that for most of the platforms, until you get into the premium version, you may not have that feature where the platform saves that image of Abdul or Emeka in its memory. Okay, so I think we were trying to use Leonardo AI one time. So in the case of Leonardo AI, you have to train the AI to keep it in its memory that a particular image is the image of Abdul, so that anytime you go and say Abdul, anytime you go and tell it to do something, or you say something like Abdul is going to a market, or Abdul is working in he's trying to buy goods from a market woman. The moment you say Abdul is trying to do something, the AI generates an image of that Abdul guy that is already stored in its memory, and then generates him in a market environment purchasing from a market woman. So that's the idea. That's the idea. But in case that is not, so you have a question, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay,
Maybe not a question, maybe a follow-up just to what you said now.
okay, talk to me.
It's possible. Yeah, it's also possible, Mr. Dubey, to that even on ChatGPT, I don't know if it's possible, but I think that sometimes on ChatGPT there's a memory such that even if I leave for another 1, 2, 3 weeks and I come back to it and I prompt it to say, based on what we talked about 1 week ago or a few days ago on this subject, there has to be that prompt that connects it to that information. Is also able to do that. But I'm not tried for images, but I've tried for documents, pictures that have been generated a bit, but I've not tried for this comic style one. So I'm thinking it's possible. I think if you're speaking, you're on mute.
Yeah. I think I was muted before, but I have unmuted. So what you said is very true. I have tried that for documents, for words and all of that, but not for images. Actually, I have not. Okay, not for images. So I think it's true. So you can try it out too. So there's no problem. It's something that we can try out and see. But just in case, I just wanted to say just this before we wrap up, because that's basically it anyway. So just in case we want something consistent, you can choose to add the photo of Abdul that you have. So you can tell the ChatGPT or whichever this thing to create an image of Abdul or whoever, and then you can upload that image and then say something like this. Look at this. The image, the person by the left is Abdul. I want you to generate another image of Abdul in sitting in his office. So let me just go with this. So the moment I add that image and tell it what to do, it generates an image that is pretty much what I want. Another reason why we need this particular feature is that we are going to have to be using a consistent image amongst all of us image generators. So if you are generating for this week and I'm generating for next week and somebody else is generating for the third week and then another person for the fourth week, we can't be using different images. So we have to use one particular image for one particular character. So what it means is that if, for instance, I'm the one starting, I can generate the image of Abdul and send that image to you. So that when you are generating, you upload the image to ChatGPT and then write what you want so that it gives you that particular guy on doing something else. So that maintains the consistency because it's not one person doing images for all the months, the entire month. It is different people. And so there is no way the AI can remember all of this because it's different memories. So that's one reason why this is very important too. So that if I'm generating, for instance, or maybe if it's Toby that is generating, there's another guy on the team called Toby. If it's generating, when it generates the image and then it gives me the image he has of Abdul. So when I'm generating, what I'm generating has to be consistent with what he generated. So doing it like this, just uploading the image and writing what you want, it's a good way to maintain that consistency. Let's see if it gave it to us. So, Mr. Emeka, which week would you be available most of the time, or which week are you usually available? Which one is a free week that you can say that, okay, maybe on second or third Sunday, I am available?
So my work is a bit fluid or flexible, so it's hard sometimes to even say which of the week. So it's possible that I'm available for all 4 weeks. What it just requires would be when is the document or when are the documents readily available to then create the prompts and then merge it. So something I can do either in the second week, third week, anyone is fine by me. Basically, as long as I can get it maybe for a week's notice, for example, I can do it within the week and share it. Something I can do within just one day, send, get feedback on it, maybe go into it again and share. So I'm available for any of the weeks because I can't really say, except when I'm going to travel, I can then let the team know I'm going to travel for X week or X month. And it doesn't see something that is very mobile. Even if I travel, I can still do it and send across.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's cool. Thank you so much. It's cool. The thing is that the comics come every Sunday. So every Sunday there is a comic to generate image for. And that is why one person cannot do all of it, because you have and it's usually two different comics that come each Sunday. So you need two different people generating images for those comics. So one person can't do everything. So that is why we did it such that we have a roster. So everybody has the particular Sunday that is going to be available, whether it's first Sunday of the month, second Sunday, third Sunday, fourth Sunday, or fifth Sunday. So that Sunday evening, we meet on Sunday evening around 4, we meet. So the Sunday or the week that you're supposed to be available, you have to join the meeting so that you can participate, and then you'll be given the comic that you generate images for. And you can generate during the week, maybe on Monday, on Tuesday, on Sunday. I mean, that same Sunday, or maybe the next day, which is Monday, or the next, which would be Tuesday. You can generate and then give back to the comic, to the people who are finishing off the document. Okay, so that's basically it. So that's why we're asking for a particular. So I know that yours is flexible, but at least we know that things might happen to change it and all of that. But if there's going to be a change, it would be better to let us know ahead of time that, okay, I know that I chose every first Sunday or every second Sunday, but this particular Sunday, there's going to be something's coming up, so that once you give us that, then we can communicate with somebody else to fill in for you for that particular Sunday or week. Okay, so that you are free. So you can, yes, that's the reason for that. Okay, so I would be expecting you can go and think it over and get back to me later.
No, second week is fine.
Second week is fine. Okay, awesome. Mr. Kende, please, what week do you think would be best for you?
All right, I think Temilade has already put me on fourth week.
Fourth week.
Fourth Sunday.
Fourth Sunday. Okay, good. Awesome. No problem.
Yes.
It's awesome. So that's basically it. So you look at the image now that we generated. This is Abdul sitting in his office. You can see that it is very much alike to what we had generated earlier. So that is why this feature is good. You upload the image, you tell it what you want, and then it recreates that scene for you of that particular character in the environment you want it to be generated in. Okay, so that's basically it. I don't know if there's any other question. We are done. I don't think there is any need to waste any time.
All right, look, I'm fine.
Okay, all right. So thank you, Mr. Emeka. Any question again?
No, not for my end. Not for my end at the moment.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate. So that's basically it. There is there's nothing else to say. It's something that everybody's.
Okay.